Bones are body horror, the tentacled alien told me. Not that I would volunteer such information, mind you, but you did ask. I did, I agreed, lifting another crate. That's really funny, honestly. What about them is disturbing? Mur twisted his blue-black tentacles in a way that looked anxious. Just the idea of something rigid inside your flesh, he said with a wiggly shudder. No matter how you move, it won't move with you, like your own body is fighting back. He wrapped his tentacles around a crate. I've had nightmares about stiffness like that. Wow, I said, as I set my crate on top of the others. I'm sorry to hear that. All I can tell you is that bones aren't an enemy to us. They're something dependable and strong that hold us up and make everything possible. Mur shoved his crate into place. I suppose you need a positive relationship with your own disturbing parts, he said, with a twitch of his hind tentacles that was probably the equivalent of shaking his head. Since the strong arm's pointy squid head was the majority of their body, they didn't seem to go in for human-style nods. Well, sure, same as you, I said, checking the hovercar for more crates. You know most humans find tentacles creepy, right? I have heard, he said, with a smug little smile. No nods, but yes, smiles. With a mouth in the right place, even. I was probably glad that he had a mouth on the front of his head, instead of hidden amongst his tentacles like an Earth cephalopod. I was debating whether to tell him that when a crew member of an entirely different body type walked in on clicking feet. I pointed at him. What about exoskeletons? I asked Moore. Z stopped beside the cart. What about exoskeletons? He demanded. He struck a pose out of an intergalactic fashion show, letting the ship's lights play on his vivid purple carapace while he snapped his pincher arms. Are you squishes jealous? Sure, let's go with that, Moore told him, before turning to me. Exoskeletons are different from bones. They're like an exosuit, a protective case for the natural softness. Z held the pose. A glorious one. Yes, Z, you're very pretty. Moore sounded more than a little patronizing, but Z didn't seem to mind. That is the proper amount of respect, the bug alien said. He relaxed the grasp the cart handles with his pinchers, and tossed it out of the room. I'll return with more freeze-dried foodstuffs. Make sure you tie those crates down. Yeah, we've got it, Mur told him. Make sure you get the right ones. 2 of the free shipments look similar. This is obvious to one with such excellent color vision as myself. Mur made the little popping noises that pass for laughter, and turned towards the adjustable netting. He threw one into me. We spent the next few minutes passing things down to industry standards, which still seemed a little excessive. I'd never seen the ship's anti-gravity fail yet, but I suppose meteor impacts were possible. Some of those buggers were much faster than I'd ever expected before I got into space. We're going to need a replacement for this one, Mur said, fingering a hole in one net. Does it count as fingering if you use a tentacle tip? Tentacling just doesn't sound right. He set it aside near the door. Do we have enough for now? I asked. Yeah, probably, he said. We just can't forget on the next restocking trip. Hey, Paint, he called after someone who'd just passed the doorway. Paint, she said, replying with her own name, where I would have said yes or what. Her full name was Painted Sunset, but since it sounded way too much like the captain's name, Piercing Sunlight, she just stuck to Paint. She poked her snout of mottled orange scales around the doorframe, all polite curiosity. Can you put another net on the shopping list? Mur asked. Big or small? Big, please. Got it. One question for you. What's that? Mur asked. Paint spun to stick her tail out into the doorway. She had taped something to it. A stapler? Whatever it was, it clacked like a tiny crocodile when she moved. Have you seen any tasty fish around here? She said in a growly voice. Roar! With a long-suffering sigh, Mur told her, No, but there are probably some in the kitchen. Thanks. Paint spun again and stuck her head out. Was it scary? I think it needs eyes to be really scary. Mur sighed. That was good, I said. Eyes would be better. Hey, do you have access to googly eyes out here? The little sticky ones? No, what are those? Paint asked, walking into the room. They sound fun. They are, I told her. I used to like putting 2 on my hand and making a little face like this, I demonstrated, wrapping a forefinger around my thumb and moving both together like a talking mouth. Hello, I don't have teeth. Paint thought this was the best thing ever, and despite Mur's eye-rolling maturity, he couldn't take his eyes off the display. That is uncertainly convincing, he admitted. even without eyes. If I saw that sneak around a corner and start talking to me, I believe we had a stowaway of a species I'd never seen before. He pointed 3 tentacles at my face. Do not do that as a prank, or I'll throw your shoes out the airlock. I know you treasure those. It's not that I treasure them, I said. The floor is just cold without them, and I could step on something sharp. Yeah, so? That's life, the squid-like alien said. You don't see me wearing an exosuit around the ship just because the floor is cold. Hey, do that hand thing one more time, Payne said. I think I've almost got it. Her scaly orange fingers were too short to manage the same effect, but she was trying. More crates, announced Z from the doorway. Make some emptiness. The 3 of us moved aside for him to direct the hovercart into place. Paint gushed about the hand thing. It looks so convincing. I can't do it right. Show him. I did, feeling a bit silly in front of his unblinking massive eyes. His antenna held still, making his expression hard to read. Hello, I said. I'm a mouth. That's not a mouth, he declared. Before I could say yeah, that's the point, he stepped back from the cart. With a flourish, he tucked his head low against his shoulders and bent his pincher arms into a terrifying facsimile of a gaping jaw, lined with teeth. Paint squeaked. Moore slapped a tentacle against the floor. Wow, I said. Yeah, googly eyes said nothing on that. Murr pointed at him. I see you also have a potential prank that you should not pull. At the same time, Paint exclaimed, You have to show sunlight. Murr gave her a look. Do not terrify the captain. No, she'll love it. I'm pretty sure she's busy. Paint rubbed her chin as she resumed a normal posture. It wouldn't take long, but yeah, she's busy. Dinner time? Oh, and you have to show off your thing too, she said, pointing at me. Murr started to naysay, but I said, Oh, like a talent show? I have all of the talent, she announced. Paint was delighted. Murr waved his tentacles around and went back to work, while she launched into a story of the time he scared off a predator with the false jaws trick. Come on, let's tell everybody else about the talent show, Paint said. This will be great. She waved for Xi to follow her, and he went, still talking. Murr grumbled. Dinner is going to be interesting. I hope it doesn't put anyone off their food. I'll try not to do anything bone-related, I said. I appreciate the restraint. After a moment of handling crates, I asked, Did you know our blood is made inside our bones? Oh, that is so much worse. I may just get sick ahead of time,